Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another American Reacts. It is time. It's that time of year. It has been all month, and we're really close to Christmas, of course. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. It is, well, this week, right? We are coming upon it in a few days. And here we go. We're going to start rolling out a few videos learning about what Christmas is like down under in Australia. Do kangaroos pull Santa's sleigh? Does it snow on Christmas? I would assume not because from what I do know, it's summer in Australia. And so yeah, that's learn about it. I assume it's quite different in a way. I mean, I feel like the structure of it is the same, but quite different compared to, America or the United States. More specifically, where I'm at in Chicago. Chicago, I have to say, this year is the first year that I can remember that it has been 30s and 40s degrees Fahrenheit every day in December. Hasn't been really cold, and we have not got an ounce, a touch of snow yet. There has been years that we got snow in October, like near Halloween, rarely. But otherwise, our American Thanksgiving holiday, which is in November, usually it's always snowy for that. And then by Christmas, you've had multiple snowfalls. This year, nothing. You can see the grass. It's still green. It's kind of weird. Gotta admit. Not quite like a hot Aussie Christmas, but I have to say, no snow yet is pretty bizarre. No snow in Australia, I would assume. So here we go, guys. Let's check this out. Let me do the shout out real quick. I forgot. This is What is Christmas Like in Australia from Candace Mull. And this will be linked, of course, down below if you would like to check it out further.
All right, let's get right on into it. 10 facts about an Australian Christmas. Number 1, the most important thing that you need to know about an Australian Christmas is that it is hot. Australia is in the southern hemisphere, putting it right at the bottom of the map. So that means that when the top of the map has cold weather, the bottom of the map has warm weather.
And that's just so weird. Like I said, I always say this. I think most Americans would say this unless they're really down, southern Texas or southern Florida, something like that. For most Americans, it is either, kind of chilly or really cold if you're up north. And that's just something you associate with Christmas here. Sometimes it's snowy, like I said. Usually, at least, it's cold at minimum, right? And that's just the theme is like snow and cold and, warm by the fire, family together, eat a lot of food, Christmas time. But it's so weird to hear that Australia, like Christmas, is something I just associate so much with, all these type of decorations revolved around snow and cold and all these things. That it's the middle of summer. I can't imagine a Christmas. I'd be like grilling out, barbecue on the grill, 80 degrees, sunny. Dang, sign me up. That sounds awesome.
So Christmas actually falls right in the middle of an Australian summer. And actually Christmas Day is very close to the longest day of the year because, summer days.
That's right.
So it'll get light, I don't know, 5 a.m. maybe. And it'll get dark usually at about 9.
Wow.
Depending
That's
on
insane.
which part of the country you're in. So
and Christmas Day here is one of the shortest days of the year. So it'll get light at 7 a.m. and be dark by 4 p.m. It's horrible.
Hot weather at Christmas time. What this means, bringing us to number 2 on this list, is that Christmas actually coincides with school summer holidays.
Oh,
so the summer
yeah.
holidays, much like in other countries, the summer break or the summer vacation is the longest vacation. It's in between the end of one school year and the beginning of another school year. So for Australian schools, that means that school lets out about a week before Christmas.
Okay.
And then the
That's
kids
on par
are
with
on
us.
holidays for around about 6 weeks. Depending on the school, they will usually go back to school around about the first week of February. So how...
Wow, so that's their whole summer vacation. That sounds a little shorter than the American school year. I could be wrong. Tell me down below what you guys think. Usually our Christmas break, which obviously isn't the end of the school year, so that is different. Christmas break here is usually, like she said, around, December 19th, December 20th. And then, the kids go back usually around January 4th, January 3rd, something like that. Our summer break, which obviously for us in the Northern Hemisphere is different. Our summer break, the kids usually get out around the last week of May, May 28th, something like that. And then they go back around, I think I always went back around August 23rd or something like that. It was like the 20s in August. So it was pretty long. But yeah, that seems like it's still a decent break, but a little shorter for their summer break. But I don't know.
How this affects Christmas is that you go on holidays, you've got about a week of mad Christmas preparation with your family.
Yeah.
Then you have Christmas Day, get your presents, and you have all summer holidays to play with them.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of the best
That's kind of cool
about growing up as a kid in Australia.
That
Very
is
fun
pretty wicked.
to play with your toys for the whole summer
Yeah.
holiday. Number 3.
That is not how it works here. You have a week after Christmas to play, and then you're back to the grind, right? So, and it's still cold.
I've written down decorations, but there's a few things within this topic. Obviously, as far as movies and things are concerned and the way that other parts of the world might celebrate, a lot of the decorations revolve around snow. We
Really?
still do all of those things.
Oh
All
my
of the
God.
decorations that are traditional Christmas decorations in other countries. Australia will still do the same things. We'll put up a Christmas tree.
Wow.
We used to get like fake snow in a can
What?
and spray it on the windows so that it looked like frost on the.
Okay, this is too funny, right? I mean, yeah, you're not going to get snow, I would assume, in most parts. I mean, I know you guys have those Australian Alps. Like, you have some really high mountains that can get snow, and that's normal. Like, duh, like high elevation mountains will get snow wherever they're at. But, most people in, I would say, like 90% of the country, I assume, don't get snow. Yeah, that's pretty funny that it could be, presumably like hot, sunny, and you got to still decorate with snow. You're spray painting like snow and frost on windows and around the house. Like, that's just bizarre to me. Like, that's so funny, But I mean, it is, I suppose it's not that funny. I mean, the rare sliver of the U.S. that does stay hot for Christmas, like southern Texas by Mexico, and, Florida obviously is like pretty hot. Florida is like 85 degrees all year round. So, I've heard of that. Family going to Florida for Christmas and everything's still decorated with snow. They do fake snow and stuff. So I guess that could be a thing.
Windows. Pain in the bum to get off after Christmas. We only did it for a couple of years before my mum vetoed that idea. Families might throw cotton wool at the tree to simulate snow.
That's too funny.
There might be fake snow at a big Christmas event or something like that. So, yes, snow is.
I mean, hey, I might need that this year. Chicago ain't got no snow, so.
Decor, even though it's hot at Christmas time. I don't know if this is a thing in the whole country, but certainly in South Australia, we actually go to a Christmas tree farm to chop down a tree. And again, I'm sure that that's not a standard. I'm sure that is just one option of Christmas trees that we have living in Australia. So some people might have a fake tree from the shop. Some people might go to a hardware store or a garden nursery shop and buy a tree that's already been chopped down.
What do you do? Comment down below. I feel like over the years it's transitioned. So I feel like a lot of people I knew, plus including my family, a couple years when I was younger in the 90s, we did do the whole like real tree, right? Chop down a Christmas tree, have it at home. And then I feel like it quickly evolved around, the turn of the century to everyone I know, including myself, we just buy big fake trees, It is easier, but of course it's a less of an experience, It feels less personal a little bit. But yeah, there are a lot of tree farms, I think, around the U.S. I'm assuming there's definitely some in Australia too. That's pretty cool to hear. Maybe not as common, but that's cool that they're there. They're everywhere around here, around the Midwest, that's for sure.
But in my family, we would drive up into the hills, go to a Christmas tree farm where they specifically grow a certain type of tree.
That's cool.
Year, and then you pay them some money.
That's a cool area.
And you
Wow.
go out and you chop down a tree and you drive.
Look at how sunny it is, though, huh?
So
He's in a t-shirt.
Home, this is very important. My husband was horrified the first time he saw us do this. because you have literally taken a tree
Oh,
from a
what about the
foresty
bugs?
or a bush type area, when
what
you
I'm
get
assuming.
it home, you got to spray that
Yeah.
down so that all of the spiders die. I'm sorry to people who like spiders, but if you don't do that, then
Who likes
when you
spiders?
put the presents underneath it, you're probably going to get spiders in your Christmas presents.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
don't want
not really
that.
fun when you're 6. Never happened to
No.
us because we sprayed the tree down. Essentially,
Yeah, you don't want to just bring it in and everyone's chilling around, having a good time, and oh my God, there's like spiders everywhere crawling out from under this tree. That would suck.
you spray it down outside before you take it into the house. Leave it 10 minutes, give it a good shake, and you see all the fall
Yeah.
off. It's a bit barbaric, isn't it? For
Nah,
number 4,
I guess so.
want to talk about the events that will lead up to Christmas. The most common Christmas event
Christmas
in the
parades.
lead up to Christmas in Australia is carols by candlelight. So what this is an outdoor concert, and every
Cool.
state or every major
Oh,
city
wow.
will have a big carols by candlelight, often televised, but then every community will have their own community carols by candlelight, often put on
That's
by
cool.
churches, or they'll be put on by the city council. This will consist of a show basically with performers or singers singing Christmas carols. They'll have little skits or whatever with Santa arriving and donating presents. And families will attend with a picnic set up. And the idea is
Wow, that looks
everyone
fun.
lights a candle while they're singing Christmas carols.
Wow.
Get a candle, light that baby up, hold it up and sing Christmas carols.
Dang.
And there will be many, many opportunities to join in this tradition throughout.
Yeah, I feel like there is stuff like that a little, yeah, spread around the US as well. I wouldn't say as big as that. That looks pretty extravagant. That was like all out. Maybe in big cities. I mean, honestly, remember, I'm right outside of Chicago. There probably is something like that in Chicago, and I don't go to it. I just kind of do my own thing. I more associate events around Christmas time, just basically Christmas parades they have in the weeks leading up, and lighting, ceremonies with the big tree and the lights around whatever town or city you're at. That's pretty much all I do. And then we have the Festival of Lights too, which I want to show on video. Maybe I could live stream that. There's like drive-through Festival of Lights. I don't know if you guys have something like that in Australia, where you're from, but you drive through this like 10-minute long thing in the hills here, and it's all like in this park, and it's all these displays and lights, and it's really cool. And they've really ramped up in the last few years. But yeah, that's all I associate with events before Christmas. Tell me what you guys have heard, or have you been to one of these big candlelit concerts like she's talking about?
Out the country, whether it's a small community version or whether it's a large statewide televised version. So number 5, I wanted to touch on the tradition that is Christmas as a whole. Up until this point, I've been talking about things or events that every Australian family will have the option of participating in, whether that's community events or decorations in the shops or things like that. When you think about a typical Australian family, it's important to note that Australia is a very multicultural nation, and the
It
more
is.
time that
More than
goes
people
on,
think.
of course, the more people that immigrate to Australia and they bring their wonderful cultures from different countries. So given that Christmas is traditionally a Christian celebration, not every Australian family will choose to celebrate Christmas, even though it is obviously also a bit of a hallmark holiday now. And you don't need to be religious, or you don't need to be Christian or Catholic to participate in the celebration. There are
Right.
families who don't celebrate Christmas at all. They will have their own religious holidays to celebrate around about the same time, or they just choose not to because it doesn't coincide with what they believe. But then this will also affect when somebody might celebrate Christmas and how they might celebrate Christmas within their family. So please know that as I continue through this is coming from the point of view of someone who has a heritage that comes from Europe and the UK. My
Oh,
mum's from
okay.
Scotland, my dad's family were all from Germany. So what
Oh,
might
wow.
be my typical Australian Christmas might look a little bit different to somebody else's Australian.
For those wondering, she just told hers. My dad's side of the family is almost exclusively from Ireland. Literally, like fourth generation here. They came here in I think it was 1920s or something, which was my dad's side, and that's the Chicago side. Okay, and then my mom's side, my maternal side, is I believe mostly from Czech Republic. Now it's called Czechia, I think, right? And French. So that's my mixture. And then, of course, Daniela is Mexican, Guatemalan. Her mom's side is Guatemalan. Her dad's side is Mexican. So our kids are pretty insane mix, which I like. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I agree with what she's saying. Like, you know, I think people should celebrate however they want. I think Christmas has become more of a universal celebrated holiday, right? It doesn't really matter if you're religious or not. Of course, it has like religious roots and all this stuff, but you know what? It's very popular. It's a very fun time of year, I think, for most people, and I enjoy it. It's really cool.
In Christmas. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Okay? So this also leads me into when Christmas will be celebrated. Now, I was very lucky growing up because, as I mentioned, I had those two cultures within my childhood. So the European or the German side of things, we would celebrate on Christmas Eve with my grandparents. But my
I
mum's
do the same
side,
thing.
being Scottish from the UK, we would celebrate on Christmas morning. So as a kid,
I do both.
got two Christmases,
Yeah.
which I think is quite common for a lot of kids in Australia, given the mishmash of different cultures, which
Yeah,
is really fun.
same here in
now,
America.
I do believe that majority of Australian families that do celebrate Christmas probably do the Christmas morning thing purely based on the British tradition. Remember that Australia was settled by the British, so that's where a lot of our tradition will come from, a lot of the time. So that means that Christmas Day will be the main day to celebrate rather than Christmas Eve. And it
Yeah.
also means that the main time of day that the celebration will take place will be a Christmas lunch with the extended family. Everyone's favorite thing. So that brings me to number
Of course.
6. Often, activities that people will do on Christmas Day include going to the beach.
Oh my God,
or
look at
playing
this.
cricket on the beach, for example. Really big.
I'm sorry, I don't know why this mouse does that when I click. Here. Look at that. Is that an Aussie Christmas or what? Christmas tree in the beach. It's packed. Everyone's in shorts. Look at the blue skies. Oh my God, that is wild. That's so
For
cool.
example, really
Look at that.
big activities
Who needs a snowman when you can have a sandman with a Christmas hat?
to do on Christmas Day.
That's
And
awesome.
again, it all comes down to the summertime Christmas. So the lunch might be an outdoor barbecue, it might be a barbecue or a picnic on the beach, or it might, be in someone's house, but there will most often be some type of outdoor activity,
Oh, of
even if it's
course.
just, I remember a lot of years we would just set the table up outside and eat outside.
Oh,
That brings me
man.
to number 7.
I'm jealous.
Which is the food that is served at Christmas time.
Yes.
Now, again, with the British influence, a lot of families will do the traditional roast, whether it's a turkey or a chicken, roast veggies, etc. But a big thing that a lot of Australian families will partake in is the seafood thing.
Oh,
the few
okay.
days
Now
before
that's not
Christmas,
common here.
Australians will purchase 10 times more prawns than
Wow.
they would at any other time of the year.
No
a
way.
Prawn is a shellfish that is very much like a shrimp. We don't have shrimp in Australia. Generally, we have prawns. They're delicious. You can barbecue them, but often they will be served in the form of a prawn cocktail, which is cold. Other things that families might choose to eat on Christmas Day, anything you can barbecue. So for an Australian, that would look like snags or sausages, rissoles or meat patties, different types of salads and things like that. And very summery dessert is pavlova or trifle. delicious.
Oh,
And
yeah,
of course,
pavlova.
summertime drinks. Beer is a big thing on Christmas, or any type of summer drink that you might like to drink. Number 8.
Nice.
Let's talk about the big man himself, Santa Claus.
Of course.
Santa is a big part of Christmas in Australia. He is also known as Father Christmas. He will be in shopping centres so that you can go and sit on his lap, although I don't know if they do that anymore. I've always thought that's a bit weird. But you can go and get your photo taken with Santa. Tell him what you
They
want for
still do it, I
Christmas.
think,
And
but it's
as with most other
questionable.
countries, all of the story around Santa is the same. You might ask, how do you expect Santa to get there with no snow? That's easy. Christmas magic.
That's right.
Typically, kids will still put out biscuits or cookies and a glass of milk for Santa. Some families might put out beer for Santa.
Oh my God.
If that's what mum and dad like to drink. But most of the time it's non-alcoholic because Santa has to drive his sleigh.
That's
and
right.
there'll be carrots for the reindeer too.
Reindeer.
I did read some people talk about Santa changing out the reindeer for kangaroos.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not a thing. I've never heard of that. We do give gifts.
BS.
Or
I'm calling
presents in
BS.
Australia at Christmas time. If you have a small family, then everyone will get a gift or two. Or for the large extended families, often you'll do a secret Santa. And you'll do this in the workplace too. If you have a
that's
end of
common.
year Christmas party or something, you might do a secret Santa. If you don't know what that is, it's a game. You pull a name out of a hat, and whoever's name you pull, you have to buy that person a present. And they don't know it's from you. A lot of people might do that in their large families too, because let's face it, Christmas gets expensive. So, number 10, talking about saving money, is Boxing Day. I don't believe
what is this?
they do this in the US, which is where I am now. I didn't get to go home for Christmas this year.
Oh, she's in the U.S.? Wow, that's cool. I wonder where. I've heard of Boxing Day just randomly. I think on YouTube, like I've seen it before in like titles and stuff, like other years for Christmas. Never actually looked into it. I don't know what it means. I know it's a foreign thing, so I think obviously Australia, maybe in Europe they do it too. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it. We don't do that here. I've never heard of it, at least.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing long sleeves. I got stuck, much like the rest of the world, so we'll be doing a Zoom Christmas this year.
So yeah, that's too bad. She's used to Australian Christmas, and now she's in the cold. Presumably, that's a culture change.
Aren't we? So we're doing okay. Boxing Day actually is a European or a British tradition, I believe, where the wealthier families in the old times would give a gift or a box of money or a box with a gift in it to their servants to say thank you for the work that you've done this year. So Boxing Day was a tradition that was brought to Australia by the British. Now,
how's it work
Boxing
nowadays?
Day, it's on the 26th of December, so it's the day after Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
And now for Australians, it's just another public holiday. It's kind of like a day of rest after the madness that is Christmas Day. But there are a few traditional things that will happen on Boxing Day every year, the day after Christmas. The first, speaking of saving money, is Boxing Day sales. So it is a public holiday, meaning that most businesses will be closed, but major retailers or major shopping malls will be open for the beginning of one of the biggest sales of the year. So they'll have Boxing Day sales, and that's where all of the stores or the shops can offload their Christmas stock. Another thing that families might like to do on Boxing Day, you might go to the beach again with the family, or you might, do a picnic in a park or something like that. Or a big thing in Australian families is it revolves around sports. There's a couple of major events that every year will happen on December 26th. The first is the Boxing Day Test cricket match. So if you're a big cricket family,
I gotta
then
get the
you might
cricket
just stay
things
home and watch
going.
the cricket all day. I'm not a cricket person. I never did that. But another sporting event that happens is the Sydney to Hobart yacht race.
Oh, now that sounds
Very
cool.
exciting to watch on the telly. Lots of boats. So
that sounds kind of cool.
Families might do on Boxing
Maybe
Day.
not, but
But
worth
it
a
is
look.
important to note, it's just another public holiday. That is what we do for Christmas in Australia. Next year,
I definitely agree with. It's not called that, but I think it's very common for people here in I think anywhere honestly, but in the U.S. I know a lot of people specifically go like the day or the couple days after Christmas, like she mentioned, and they buy, some people I know, I don't do it, but some people I know literally buy all their gifts for next Christmas for really cheap, after Christmas. That makes sense. They're trying to offload all their inventory.
If I get to go, maybe I'll whip out the camera and actually film some of these things for you and put together one of those videos. This year, it didn't happen. Thank you so much for watching this video.
That's
This
it.
is my last video for the year. Last one of 2020.
Wow,
Good
this was from
riddance
last
to
year. Okay.
2020.
What a year that was, right? That was fun. That was fun. That was from Candace Mole. Make sure to check her out in the description down below. Christmas in Australia sounds like a blast. I'm not going to lie. Of course, the core of it, there's a lot of similarities to here and I think around a lot of countries. But they definitely have their own flair. It's hot. It's fun. It's like you can literally grill out on Christmas. I think I'm so envious of that. I think that's so cool. I do think it's funny how, the decorations are basically the same, cold, snow related. But I think that's just universally how you picture Christmas, even, a white Christmas, right? Covered in snow, even though for a lot of places it's not like that. It's just pretty funny and bizarre in a way, but that's the holidays. That's how it is. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are basically, comboed together. Like they're what I picture as Christmas. So Christmas Eve is a big day with family, and Christmas Day is another big day with, another side of the family. So it is kind of a 2-day event. And then, of course, as you know, the whole month really feels like the holidays, honestly, in preparation and seeing people and then the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, go ahead. Please throw a thumbs up on this video. It will help it out. I hope this one goes viral. These are really fun. Love the learning about tradition and cultures videos like this. And tell me down below, comment, what your traditions are. What stands out to you in your Christmas in Australia that maybe differs, from mine here in the U.S.? Yeah, let's talk down in the comments. Subscribe for more stuff like this. Check out the description for her original video and other ways you can support my channel. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys, happy holidays. I'll catch you later.